Hello, and thank you for joining me for this session where we will be combining separate spreadsheets in order to make one comprehensive workbook for a student. Now, as a EC teacher, we often are tasked with collecting a lot of data and documenting everything that we do. But that can be really cumbersome if we are always having to navigate to separate spreadsheets, right? And in our role, we always want to take the least number of steps possible in order to get to the exact same result. So today, I am going to be combining a service delivery verification log, a contact log, and a goal data sheet. These are actually separate spreadsheets that I am going to put into one common workbook. So in order to get started, you first have to open each of these documents. There are multiple ways to do this, but I'm only going to show you one way of merging these documents today using a copy and paste method. So you will see here at the top that I already have my documents open. I have my delivery verification log, I have my goal data sheet, and I have my contact log. Now I am intentionally going to start with the goal data sheet because this is the one that does not copy as well. And the reason for that is because there's a graph that's in here, and when I go to copy this, will copy the information that's in the first three columns, but it will not copy the graph. Okay? So I want to turn this from one single spreadsheet into an actual workbook. A workbook is when you have multiple spreadsheets within one document. So you'll see down here it says objective, and I'm going to just go ahead and hit the plus button that is to the far left at the bottom to add two more spreadsheets. So objective is a spreadsheet, sheet 5 is a spreadsheet, and sheet 6. So I've now taken this one objective spreadsheet and turned it into a workbook. At any time you can change the order of each these spreadsheets by left clicking on your mouse, and while you hold it, slide that sheet over so that it's in the order that you would desire for it to be. Now before I copy, I'm going to do what we always do, and I am going to rename my sheet. That's right, every time we work with spreadsheets, with Google workbooks, Google Sheets, Excel spreadsheets, we always want to make sure we are giving things a name, and this is no different. So the first thing I want in mind is the contact log. Then I'm going to go to sheet number 6. Click on the little down arrow beside the words, hit rename, and then I want my service delivery to be on my next sheet. Alright, so let's grab our contact log first. In order to do this, again, we're going to use a copy and paste method. I'm coming to the top of my screen, and I'm going to click on the tab where the contact log is. Again, you want to make sure you have all of these things open already so that it's easy to navigate. In the upper left hand corner, beside column A and above row 1, there is an empty space. I'm going to click on that space, and left click on the space, and then right click so that the menu comes up. From here, I'm going to copy. This has now copied all of the information that is located on this contact log or this spreadsheet. I am now going to go back to my main workbook, and in A1, I can either use A1 or I can use that empty cell again. And I'm going to right click, and this time I'm going to paste. Beautiful. I now have a contact log. You will see here that the little cells that were put into the contact log did not come over, so you may have to go and do a special copy or a special paste for that one. And just to play with this here, so I copied it. Paste special, page format, paste all except the borders. Paste all except borders. I want to see if this makes a difference. It did not. So just know that it's not going to copy the check boxes, but that's okay. I personally don't need them. Next, I want my service delivery verification log. Again, in the corner, I'm going to left click, right click to open the menu, click copy, and then I'm going to come back to my workbook. This time I'm going to the spreadsheet for service delivery, and I'm in A1 this time, and I'm going to paste. I'm going to give it a second. You'll see my mouse is not an arrow anymore. That means it's still working. Oh, and there we go. Easy peasy. And you will see that the formulas should have come over with it. If your formulas do not come over, like mine did not, nope, my formulas are there. If for some reason your formulas do not come over, then you'll have to copy those as well. But you should not have any problems with your formulas coming over. I do notice that columns M and N are not as wide as they should be. So I'm going to left click on M, hold the shift button, arrow to the right, and now I can resize both of these columns at the same time. Awesome. So now in this one workbook, I have my contact log, my service delivery log, and my data sheet. And as you know from the previous video, if I need to duplicate any of these sheets, I can hit the little arrow beside the words and hit duplicate. I've now just created a master workbook for a student. So I'm going to go ahead and give my workbook a name. As always, we want to make sure everything has an identifiable name. I'm going to use my sample student. And awesome. My student is ready to go. I have one place to record all of her data, and I no longer need these extra spreadsheets because now I have one place where I can record everything. I hope this has been helpful to you, and I look forward to seeing you in the next session.